Hey guys, it's Daniel from Stunt PBC. So in today's video, I wanted to discuss some bidding strategy best practices. So a big thing that I see that people are messed up on is what types of bidding strategies to use, how to set them up correctly, how to manage them, and how to align them with your specific business objectives. Because the thing is, the way that you're bidding is really specific to your business in terms of your ROAS goals, in terms of your CPA goals, and what type of strategy you're using can be campaign specific as well. So just because you see something on YouTube or somebody else has recommended something to you, it doesn't mean that it's the correct strategy for you. And you need to keep that in mind when watching these videos and actually applying them to your account. So in this video, my objective is to just educate you better on the different types of bidding strategies there are. And I'm going to explain what types of cases I would use these specific bidding strategies for, as well as some best practices and some things, you may have not heard about. But real quick, right before I jump into it, doing free Google Ads audits for the next little period of time. So if you're interested in something like that, for me to take a look at your account, prepare a quick report, and come back to you with some actionable steps that I would take to improve your Google Ads account. You can sign up on my Get Started page on my website. Okay, so let's jump right into it. So depending on the campaign type, you will have different bidding strategies options, and it also depends on what type of stage you are in your account. So the first thing I wanted to cover is if you're brand new and you're just starting off Google Ads. So with the current landscape that we have with Google Ads, it is very data backed in the sense that like you have to be giving the account information before you can leverage certain types of bidding strategies. So before you start using smart bidding strategies like maximize conversions or maximize conversion value, I usually recommend using a max clicks bid strategy with the bid limit. That way you can get as much traffic as possible to your site within your budget, within a specific limit. So how you would do that is you go to campaign settings and you change these on the campaign setting level. So right now we have a maximize clicks. Like I didn't set a maximum CPC limit here. Again, these things do change. Sometimes I do leave this without a max CPC limit. It really depends. But if you're the type of advertiser that doesn't want to spend above your limit, because sometimes it can allow Google to chase for more expensive clicks, but more expensive clicks means more potential for a conversion, because certain auctions can be more expensive. But I think from an advertiser perspective or a business perspective, you'd be willing to pay $4 for one click and that person converts, then $2 for two clicks that don't convert at all. So this really depends on your industry and what type of keywords you're targeting. So if you're seeing in your industry based in the keyword planner, so if we can go back to, tools and settings, keyword planner, discover new keywords, let's say like martial arts near me. If you're a local business, you want to be using keywords that are tailoring specific to your location. So let's say Toronto here. Oops. Okay. Let's see what type of keywords there are. So this is the one that we provided, and we can see the limits that we have here. Okay. So starting off, because we want to be, we want to reach the top of this page anyway, right? So if we were targeting something like this, I would even set it to like a $2.50, $3 cost per click. Again, this is just based on my experience because I run ads specifically for martial arts gyms. Go back and set a cost per click limit of about, let's say $2.50, $3. Let's say $3 on the high end. And what you would do from this point is you take the next week, you take the next 2 weeks, you see, okay, I'm getting this type of performance or this type of traffic. My spending has increased or decreased by X amount. And if you're seeing that at $3 cost per click, you're getting relatively the same amount of traffic, you don't see too many changes, then you can go ahead, okay, and then slowly decrease this. So let's say 275. And then you observe the changes that you have for a week, for a couple of days, for a couple of days, for a week, and then continue to decrease this as low as you possibly can until you see that it's capping your performance. So again, it really depends on the industry you're in. Also the quality of your ads. If you have good keyword quality score, you're going to have a lower CPC as well. And you'll have more eligibility in certain ads as well. Okay. So let's just say 250 for now. But that's me just giving my initial recommendation. Again, I'm very like loosely going into this just because this is a demo account. But if you're in your business, chances are you do know what your average cost per click is or what your average goal cost per click is. And what you can do as well is you can think about the specific amount you want to spend per conversion and think about on an organic basis as well how many clicks it usually takes for you to get a conversion. So let's say organically through organic search, what is your conversion rate for these specific landing pages? So if you're doing like a free trials program for a martial arts gym, just an example, and you see that it takes you about 20-25 people to get to the site and convert, I would set a higher target CPA of about like $60-$70 if we're doing it at about a $2 limit. So if this was at a $2 limit and we were getting organically, so again, just to break this down a bit more clearly, organically, if you're getting 30 people to the site and if you're getting 20 people to the site and one person fills out a form, if we switch that over into like Google Ads terms, it would be about a $40 cost per acquisition, meaning if you spent to get one form submission, you would need to spend $40 because you would be spending $2 for 20 people each, respectively. Again, this is saying that you would spend it at the max CPC limit. It doesn't always spend it at your max CPC limit. This is just a bid cap that you're setting, so you're telling it you don't want to spend more than whatever you're setting. And the way that you might be wondering, okay, but I want to target conversion specifically, so I don't want to be targeting max clicks. So the only reason I would be using max clicks is if I'm starting an account from fresh and I just want to get more traffic to the site and get more data into my account. I'll be running this for about anywhere from 1 month to 3 months so that my account can start to pile on in terms of conversions, get about 30 conversions into the account, and that way you'll have enough data in your account for Google to start recognizing the types of people that are converting on your site, and it can use your data to boost the performance of your campaign. Because you want to be using the data that you have in your account, or you want to allow Google to use the data that you have in your account so that it can make more calculated decisions when it comes to getting conversions. Okay. So let's say you've been running Google Ads for a long time. A lot of people and a lot of businesses have been running them for some time. So what I would do is I would do a portfolio bid strategy. This is probably the best thing you can do. So when you go to tools and settings, you want to go to budgets and bidding and bid strategies. Okay. What I would do is click create portfolio bidding strategy. And so you can set it on your specific goals. So when it comes to maximized conversions and target CPA, I would say that this is better for lead-based businesses. So you want to be using those if you're trying to generate more leads, more phone calls, any type of lead conversion action. Those are for maximized conversions and target CPA. If you're an e-commerce brand, so you're selling like products and you have different values for these products or different order values, use maximize conversion value or target ROAS. What I usually recommend portfolio bid strategies and why I usually recommend them is because you can you can better control the spend that you're having. So you can even use like you can see right here, you can create a shared budget to use with this portfolio bid strategy, meaning that you can set an exact limit of how much you want to be spending per day or per month, which is more specific than the actual limit that you set in your campaign. If you just went to where you saw me doing the max clicks one and switched it to a maximized conversions bidding strategy, it gives you a lot more control for your budget. And I overall would say it's a lot better. So right here, let's say we're doing like a free trials campaign, right? We don't want our CPA to be too high because we're eventually funneling these people into a paid program, but they're coming in for like a free trial. So again, your target CPA would really depend. So if you're a new advertiser, take a look at how long you've been running maximized clicks for and how many conversions you've gotten and how much you've had to spend to get those conversions. And it'll also give you like a recommended target CPA if you have enough data in your account. I wouldn't really listen to what it says, but you can set a limit that you think is realistic based on the performance you've been getting. Like, don't set it way too low because then you just won't get any clicks or impressions at all. But again, this type of thing also takes testing. So let's say you set like a $60 CPA. Okay, which again, this is quite high for like something like free trials. You take a look at how many conversions you're getting with a $60 CPA, and after everything's going well in your campaign, you're getting the same amount of impressions, clicks as earlier. Okay, go continue to decrease. You can decrease by $10, by $5, until you're kind of seeing that limit, and you can play around. Like you can go bid up. Okay, like I don't see as good performance with a $60 CPA. Maybe I give Google a bit more room to spend, and I can see if I can get any more conversions as well. Okay, and another really great thing here is if you want to specify a specific bid limit, so you don't want to spend more than a certain amount per click, you can go ahead, click that advanced options button, and set a maximum bid limit, meaning that you don't want to spend, like I said in the maximize click, more than your specific bid amount. The beauty of this is you can only do this in portfolio bid strategies. So if you're setting up this type of strategy, you can't do this when you're just doing like a specific maximize clicks. You can only do target CPA and target ROAS as a standalone in these portfolio bid strategies. So again, this becomes very specific. So if you say you want to only spend like $2 per click and you're trying to achieve a $70 CPA, relatively speaking, you're telling Google, okay, I want to get approximately 35 people to my site and at least one of them converts. So it just gives you a better understanding of how your budget's going and how it's distributed amongst clicks alongside your bid strategy. Okay, and this is more so for a specific for a lead gen based account. Okay, and then we go ahead and click save. But again, you want to continue to monitor these. So this isn't something you just set up and you're like, okay, bye bye, and then you don't manage it. Like you need to continue to look at these every couple of days, every week, every 2 weeks. Observe your performance week over week, month over month, as you're shifting these CPA and maximum bid limit. At that point, you can continue to make more calculated changes and improve the performance of your account. But I wouldn't hop into this like fresh off from starting your campaign from your account. Like definitely just take a bit of time and get a bit more traffic to your site first and get more data into the account. Okay. Yeah. What I forgot to mention as well was your actual budget for the campaign. Okay. So let's say we set like a $70 CPA and we said like our daily budget was like $35. If it spent $35 per day, within 2 days, we should be getting a conversion, is basically what we're telling Google. Again, it doesn't spend the same amount every day because search volumes vary and the algorithm bids in peculiar ways. Sometimes it'll bid, $60 in one day, and sometimes it'll bid only $10 in one day, meaning that it's used the $70, but in a very, very different way. So it might not necessarily be in 2 days, but across a month spend, you're telling Google, I don't want to spend more than whatever 35 times 30 is. That's like thousand something. You're telling Google that you don't want to spend more than that amount of budget. Okay. So we'll click save. And then let's say we're an e-commerce company with a specific ROAS goal, meaning like we break even at a certain point or we want to achieve better results. You definitely have that figure in mind. So you'll know your break even point. You want to be achieving better than that. Obviously with your target ROAS, you're actually getting profit on your ad spend. Again, you'll probably have some form of goal here, but if you have conversion tracking properly set up, meaning that you're tracking the actual revenue you're getting from your sales and things like that, then you can actually make a very calculated decision here. Again, if you're just seeing this and you're just starting off your Google Ads account, do make sure that you have conversion tracking set up before you go ahead and start publishing your search campaigns or any type of campaigns that you're running, because you need to see the data that you're getting in your account and you need to be feeding the algorithm data, telling it that you're converting, that you're getting sales, and that way it'll continue to optimize for those types of users, and it'll allow you to get more conversions in general. So do make sure you have that set up. But after you've been running, your account or campaigns for some time, like advertisers have been running them for years, then you can set your target ROAS at a specific goal amongst multiple campaigns. Okay, so let's say, again, this is what I mentioned in my last video as well. If you just do maximize conversions, by the way, so like I said earlier, target ROAS is related to conversion value. As you can see here, you can read this little blurb as well, but You want to get as much conversion value as possible for the target return on ad spend you said. If you haven't set a target return on ad spend, you just did a maximized conversion value, then it would just be going for about a 2 to 1 return on ad spend. That's what I've seen based on like talking to specific Google reps. Um, it's usually a 2 to 1 that it optimizes for. But if you have a specific goal in mind that you're trying to hit, that's realistic, again, based on your current campaign performance, then you can go ahead and set your target ROAS. So let's say your campaign is getting maybe a 600% ROAS, 6 to 1. From that point, you can kind of understand, okay, I want to continue optimizing for that. I want to continue scaling it. Again, like I said in my last video, you want to set your ROAS around 10 to 20% lower than what it actually is, because you want to give Google more opportunity to, discover more people that have potential to make a purchase. So if you're currently at like a 600% ROAS, then you want to set it to like 580, let's say 600. Sorry, 480, 480, 500 or so. 500. Okay, and then from that point, you see, okay, for a month's period of time, a couple of weeks time, okay, I'm starting to get a higher return on ad spend. I can continue scaling this. So I continue to scale this number. What portfolio bid strategies allow you to do as well? You can manage the spend across multiple campaigns. You can create a portfolio bid strategy amongst multiple campaigns and then set it. And so it only spends a specific amount of budget across multiple campaigns at a specific time. So again, let's say we had like a 500% ROAS goal, and we wanted to spend like $30 per day. You can leave this empty, but like if we did this again, based on like my other practice, let's say like it was $3. Okay, and then we can make some type of calculations as well. But these do give you more of like an understanding of where your budget's going and how you can like kind of forecast the potential of your campaigns. Okay, so keep in mind, this is a better way to do it than if you just went. Let me just save this real quick. Oops. Just gonna say ecom example. All right, so if you went to campaigns here, and then here, and then switched the bid strategy right here, you don't have these options. Like, yes, you can for clicks. Let's say you're using conversions. Yes, you can target a specific CPA, but you don't have like a bid limit option here. It's not as much to your customization as you would in a portfolio bid strategy. I do definitely recommend using these conversions or conversion value bidding strategies through a portfolio bid strategy. Okay, so again, something I want to recap is if you're starting off fresh, I recommend using some max clicks with usually with a bid cap related to your niche specifically. So whatever type of products or keywords you're targeting, take a look at the average CPC for that, and then set your goal related to that. If you've been running ads for a little while and you have more than 30 conversions in your account and you're getting more than 30 conversions monthly, I would say definitely go ahead and use a portfolio bid strategy of maximize conversions or target CPA with which optimizes for as many conversions as possible within your limit, and you can set a bid limit as well for that. And same thing with ROAS if you're an e-commerce company trying to get as much conversion value as possible. Okay. Those are the three main ones that I wanted to cover because those are usually the ones that advertisers are running and they want to get more of an understanding of. So that pretty much wraps up today's video. Mostly went into the use of portfolio bid strategies and why they're most effective, why you should be using them in your campaigns. And I hope that you found that useful. Please let me know if you have any questions at all, and I'll see you in the next video.